chopping though, because that's kind of weird.
Shop
That's
the
true.
adoptables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to Out of the Abyss, everyone. My 6 favorite people in the whole wide world. Sorry, Leo.
Suck it. Yeah.
Can't
suck
believe
it,
Steve-
other people.
Yeah. Sorry,
believe
Leo
Steven-
and Steven.
I can't believe Steven put that in the
didn't make
script.
Steven said you guys better watch out because he's going to be causing a lot of hazards to spawn with stream loots.
Oh
As long as
no.
he continues to voice
Excellent.
grats. Or starts voicing
Whoa.
grats.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Steven? I should have him
Oh, whoa.
record. I should have him record some voice lines.
That'd be so cool.
Have
That
you?
would be
You've
cool.
heard Steven's voice, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
When we played Zomboid,
Yes.
and that
Close
was
and
like,
personal.
what is that distant thunder I hear? Oh no, it's just
It's just my husband.
VIP.
Hold on, wait.
I,
Yes, I've heard his
Definitely, yeah.
voice.
In this
Demon
economy?
Daddy voice for
It's more like this.
Only Steven does it so good.
Takes you back to those times we were playing World of
Steve
Warcraft.
does an impersonation of
It's
his
the
voice
best
so well.
impersonation of his own voice.
quick, go get Steven and ask him to do an impersonation of himself for us.
I would, but he's watching Leo, and Leo will come running in here. And the last time today that Leo ran at me out of the blue, he had ripped his diaper off. He had it in his hand, and he was running, and his little thing was like
Oh,
plop,
no.
plop, 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 plop. And I was like, what? And the last thing, I would be deleted off the internet if he burst in here without clothes on. It would be over.
Yeah.
My career would be, yeah. So
So let's not.
let's not.
So
Okay.
you should blur your background also just to keep...
That's a
Just have Flaza
great
insta
idea.
It's actually pretty
censor
smart.
the stream.
Fucking blur it so if he comes in here, that's brilliant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And have an emergency stop stream button as well.
That too.
I don't have one, but I do have like I can like pop. Oh no, that's not it.
I mean, you
that's
have
a
a-
good idea. I'll set up an
have a-
emergency button.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
be called Leo.
It's the Leo.
You have a power button on a computer. You could just...
I'd have to hold it. Like it's a whole thing.
I know,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know.
press and hold it.
Okay, so last time on Out of the Abyss, you were in Mantol, Derith, which is a cool trading post that the Zentarum hang out in. And you were going there to meet up with a guy who was going to give you directions to a library. But while you were there, chaos was chaosing. And a lot of shit happened that I am not going to cover. You did manage to put an end to the chaos because you discovered the source, which was a strange black jewel that held the soul of a demon lord called Fraser Blue. It's an amazing name. Nakul decided to destroy that jewel. Who knows what repercussions that has? It's fine. It seems to have mostly broken the madness that has been rampant through the trading post. However, just because the madness has stopped, that does not mean those who have been afflicted with the madness and victims of the consequences of the madness did not just magically forget that things happened. And some of those victims are the Dwagar and the Deep Gnomes, who are currently at each other's throats. The Dwagar have accused one of the Deep Gnomes of stealing said black gem and have captured a Deep Gnome mage who you happen to know of. You've never met her, but you know of her. Yantha. And a bunch of Deep Gnomes were slaughtered. You convinced the Dwagar to stop slaughtering them, and they went back to their warehouse where you were headed so that you could try and rescue Yantha. You don't know the story of why she's being accused. You don't really know what the fuck is going on. You just know you don't want her to die. So you are showing up at the front of the warehouse of the Dwagar, a big wrought iron gate that blocks off their little fungal grove that leads to their warehouse. And there you all are, standing outside of it, not knowing what to expect, though you do hear screams coming from the warehouse of, "Please and shut up or I'm gonna feed you to my pet. Tell me where the jewel is. And that's where we left off. So you're all standing outside of a big wrought iron gate. You don't see anybody, but you do happen to know that Dwagar can turn invisible whenever they want. And that's typically how their guards guard things invisibly.
Nero, knowing this, is gonna just like go up to where he thinks a guard might be. Just like kind of lean. Yeah, no, he's gonna play it cool. He's gonna slither like up next to the guy and just go, "Yeah, I'm invisible too."
I want you to roll a
kinda
d20
cool,
to see if you actually, by sheer dumb luck, bump into a Dwagar. I've been calling them Durgar for 2 years, but now that I've been playing Baldur's Gate, I hear him called Dwagar, and I hate it, but now I feel like, now that it's been injected into my brain, I'm like, well, I guess that's the correct way now.
What am I rolling again?
A
I
d20.
mean,
Just a
Paladin.
regular, just any d20. Okay.
Paladin.
Paladin. People,
I love Paladins.
People get so mad at me over the Paladin.
I
also
got a
funny.
12.
So it's also really funny. My brother also plays D&D, but before all of that, a long, long time ago, he read the book series, like The Legend of Drow or something like that.
Legend of Dritz.
Dritz, yes. And it takes place like throughout the Underdark. And so I was telling him about my Underdark campaign, and I'm like, oh, and so all this stuff, and I'm like, Durgar, and he immediately was just like, it's Dwagar. I was just like, oh,
Whoa.
So,
okay.
Okay.
so fun fact, Out of the Abyss, the adventure, is actually based on a
On
Legend
that
of Dritz
series,
book.
right?
In fact, all these events that are happening in this adventure happen in one of those novels, and they change things so that the players can be the ones. But in the book, it's Dritz who defeats the demon lords. He actually defeats Demogorgon. So all of the things that are happening and some of the characters that are in this are characters in that book. So it's kind of neat. But that also explains why some things feel a little janky and out of place, because I didn't this is trying to be like purposely fit to that novel. Like you're experiencing the novel. But I just thought
Also,
that was interesting.
It's one of the books in my background. I don't know which one because there's 33 of them back there right now.
Yeah.
Are the Dritz
A small good collection.
Are they a
Yeah.
good read? Or are they like well written, or are they kind of like cheesy?
They are
like corny
hard
written.
to pick up. The
Ah.
first
Like, hard
books
to
are
follow.
really hard. Like they're hard to pick up, and like the writing style isn't something that I really enjoy. But the story is fine. I got spoiled because I read all of the other really big classic fantasy novels, like The Sword of Shannara or like The Wheel of Time and
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah, I haven't read a book in a long time, but I do know.
By the way,
Yeah.
oh,
It
sorry,
has
go ahead.
gotten better. The writing has gotten better.
Nero is relaying all of this to the guard that he thinks is next to him.
Yeah, with a 12, you don't feel any stirring, you don't smell anything, but you're still telling them all about Dritz.
Yeah. The crazy thing about Dritz is that
Dritz?
it rhymes with glitz, but he actually wasn't that glamorous. He didn't really like express himself in that way. It's more just regular clothing.
Dritz is also like canonically exists in all of these adventures. Like in the Rime of the Frost Maiden, one of the backgrounds you can pick is like Dritz super fan. You're a big fan of the hero
Of
Dritz. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't
okay.
call myself a super fan. I just like
the
read
head
a
of-
lot. I did a deep dive, you know.
The head of the Dritz fan club.
No.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes. No.
You hear more screaming coming through the hall.
So is the gate locked?
I was gonna say it was, but the fact that Nero just kind of like walked in and picked a square and started talking to it, I'm gonna say that it was actually left slightly open ajar because of you guys kind of intimidated a group of Dwagar from last week who were terrorizing the gnomes, and they kind of rushed back probably to warn their boss.
And if I remember, the Dwagar can also like detect invisibility.
I don't
Because
think they
remember,
see it. What do you
or there was
remember?
like was it the alarms that they had? That type of mushroom alarms?
The Darrow
Darrow.
set up a bunch of alarms in anticipation of Dwagar invisibility.
Okay.
Because they don't turn invisible, and they don't like the fact that Dwagar can.
Fair enough.
Can I roll?
Okay.
I say, can we roll something to determine if we hear any Dwagar sneaking about? Sneakily.
Yeah, roll a perception.
We get to play the game. How long will they stand at the door?
With your with your guidance. Don't forget.
Yeah,
your
use your guidance.
Thank you. I keep forgetting about guidance.
Mm.
Baldur's Gate 3 has actually made me a better DM with just kind of like how they think of everything, like every little encounter and every little way you can like push things and make things go one way or another. It like has unlocked my brain, and I feel like I can actually let go and let you guys have more control, and I can react to it better. Yeah.
Nice.
I do a backflip off of the gate. No, I'm just kidding.
Lucius would like to summon 2 lightning lures.
I summon my dragon.
I did not say
I would
you
like
get
to enter
break.
turn-based mode.
I did not say.
Everyone
Okay.
roll initiative.
Everyone roll initiative. I didn't say you get to make up rules. I just mean I feel like from a story perspective, I'm learning how to push you along, because I'm also getting better at keeping track of time in the back of my mind. So
Yeah.
I have my NPCs doing their thing. And if you want to fuck around, that's fine. My NPCs are fucking around too. And then I'm just kind of like, you know what? The outcome can be whatever. Like, we don't have to force an outcome. So
I love it.
Yeah, there's actually at least one part in Baldur's Gate 3 where if you fuck around too much, the person dies.
So while I'm giving you guys more freedom, I'm also going to be a little bit more harsh with the consequences. Like, if you guys did not ignore that battle in the marketplace, there would not be a dozen dead gnomes right now.
Who JTC's
Kothar
gonna
has to-
resurrect.
Yeah, Kothar's gonna need to resurrect all of them.
We're gonna sit here for 1.5 months, guys.
I don't think you have time to sit here for 1.5 months.
No,
You've
we
got
don't.
demon lords to deal with.
I mean, we could sit here for 1.5 months.
But there would be consequences.
That's like
There'd be
Everyone-
even more,
everyone-
there'd be
everyone
even more
dies.
bodies.
that's more like on the way home, like errand. You know what I mean?
Okay, one last, it's not even a tangent, it's just like a little mark, and then we gotta keep playing. If you guys fail out of the abyss, it literally suggests that the consequence of that is that the whole surface world is now ruled by demons, and that could be an interesting game to play. And I'm like,
Ooh.
Do I have that?
if you guys ever want to do a part 2 of Out of the Abyss, we can either there's 2 options. We can try to go to the surface world and save it from all the demon lords, or we can go into the demon web pits and you can confront Lolth in the abyss.
Oh,
Hi, Sean.
I was thinking the second option was going to be we are the demons and we're trying to conquer the world.
I mean, if
Hey.
you guys want to figure
we're
out how to
evil.
become
We wanna do that,
demon
too.
lords, sure.
Hey, J-Bitch isn't here anymore. No one's gonna be a demon.
Looks pointedly at JTC.
Honestly, at this point, I just finished reading the whole book, so now I know like the plot, and I'm like, we don't have to end this the way it intends. We could end it like
There's another ending.
multiple endings.
Yeah.
Anyways,
There's many endings.
I
JTC
don't know what
guys-
you're
could just
talking about, Ellie.
guys-
I'm
JTC
just a
could-
cleric.
Guys,
I mean,
guess what?
just
I'm
inherit.
just like you guys.
you don't hear anything.
I'm just like
I
you,
haven't-
fellow humans. How do
I
you
haven't-
do, fellow humanoids?
Hey, new fellow kids.
Did you get
hey
the
guys,
multiple
guess what?
endings from Baldur's Gate as
What?
well? Because apparently it has like 70,000 endings or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like
Okay.
Guys,
Back to-
guys, Nero
Okay.
opens the door.
Why didn't you oil it first?
Why didn't you tell us to hide first?
Why would I do that?
Because that was kind of loud.
Do
Yeah,
you really think you can hide in that armor?
I'm not trying to hide.
If I don't
I wasn't
Put
talking
in
to you.
armor.
If we're completely still, clang, 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 clang.
if I'm still
What do I see inside?
So you're inside of a fungal garden. This one is well
Okay.
manicured, unlike the gnomish one was more like left to grow wild. This one is very rigid, very like edible fungus is being cultivated. Everything here is not for looks; it's strictly for functionality and utility. That's edible fungus. This is clearly a garden that feeds the Dwagar that live here in neat little rows. And then
I lean over to Kothar. I say they're making edibles again.
I would say this area is about 30 by 30 square feet. So if it's 30 feet this way and then 30 feet that way, is that 30 square feet? Is that what that means?
30 feet this way and 30 feet that way, yeah.
30, watch, I'm doing a hand gesture. 30 feet long and by 30 feet
Yes.
wide, that's 30 square feet, correct? Okay, so this garden
Yes.
is about 30 square feet, and then it hooks around to the right, a tunnel, which is, or like a direction into a big building that appears to be the warehouse of the Dwagar.
Sorry, isn't it 900 square feet?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, so you do have it, wait.
It's times, right? 30
Yeah.
times 30.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, let's just keep on going.
900 square feet.
Math is not
Just
what we're
trying to
here
give
to
you
do.
an
Yeah.
idea of how big it is.
A lot of squares, a lot of feet.
Yeah, it's a lot of gardening.
Big. Okay.
So where are the
That's how
screams
big
coming
just the garden is that big? Only?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
little.
wow.
It's like a little place where they're growing.
Do I
It's like food.
Yeah. Do I see where the noise, the yelling is coming from?
Yes, it is coming through the hallway that leads to their actual warehouse. So all of these enclaves typically have a fungal garden outside of a warehouse. And so far, all the warehouses you visited, the Zentarums, the Sverfneblins, and now the Dwagar, they all look pretty different. They kind of reflect the personalities of the people that inhabit it. You can be pretty sure that the screaming is coming from inside the Dwagar warehouse, which is a big building.
I like this layout. I mean, it's very community driven. Anybody can just come in and like take food and go if they need to.
You say that as there's a giant wrought iron wall around the whole thing.
Let's just try and rescue her before she dies.
Yes, we definitely
Yep.
need to find this gnome.
Want to go quiet? Should go quiet?
Catper kind of ducks down and in someone else's voice, "Be quiet. The children are sleeping."
Don't see any kids anywhere.
He looks at you and goes, "The children are sleeping." And then
Don't
he
see
goes,
children either.
I think we're the children, but okay.
I'm a
and
grown
Cora's-
adult.
Cora's gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Wonderful. Now, all of you make an initial stealth check. We'll do this as a group, so we will take the average. Or if half of you pass the DC, then you'll all be stealthed.
Fun fact, I still got 20 with Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, I didn't put the bonus in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't put it in either.
Okay, I can see what you guys are doing then. I'll just add 10.
So, would we have guidance for this?
One or two of you will have guidance.
I
think the
do
two that
not
have
take the
disadvantage-
guidance.
The two that have disadvantage should have the guidance.
Yes.
Let's
I
see.
also have guidance, actually.
Oh,
So 3 people will have guidance,
Or
at
it's
Okay.
least.
just like invisible to the eye.
That was with I added my. It's not like 40.
Okay.
That would be crazy.
That would be-
I see that. This is Pathfinder all of a sudden.
In Pathfinder, it's possible, in first edition anyway, it's possible to be so perceptive that you can never sleep.
Oh.
That seems terrible.
Add 10 to mine as well.
I would hate that.
You all feel Cora's like quietness envelop you, and you shift into the shadows. Now, you all creep up to the door. It is unlocked, but it is closed.
Is there like a peephole or a keyhole to look through?
Nothing that you can see through, but you do hear yelling, various like clamoring. You hear a creature inside snapping its jaws, and every time you hear a snap, 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 you hear a gnome go, "Whoa!"
I think I actually do have some oil. If we wanted to
Oil the people.
Oil the hinges.
oil the hinges.
Are the hinges on the inside or the outside of the door?
They are.
Does the door open in or out?
Yeah.
I think the door opens like out.
Into the room? Or out of the room?
Oh wait,
Towards
how?
us or away from us?
Yeah. How do
Yeah.
front doors work?
They
Front
open
doors
out.
work where the hinges are on the
Or-
inside, so that
Yeah.
nobody can take your hinges off of your door.
That is
Yeah.
a very good point.
Okay,
I will say though, you can like pour oil on the side. Let's roll for noisiness, but since you use the oil, I'm going to give you advantage. Cora, would you like to make a sleight of hand as you open the door?
Man, do I want to make
Don't forget your
weird
guidance.
clanking noises?
Clank.
Lucius is going to take this time to fix an owl bear feather to an arrow
Excellent,
and have it
Lucius.
drawn.
Did you say you got a nat 1?
I got
What?
21.
Oh, I heard nat 1, and I was like, wow, for having
Well, I
a nat
did. One
1.
of my rolls.
Well, there was
one
a
of my
nat
rolls
1
was
in
a
there.
nat 1, yeah.
It was just a 7.
I know, but that's still a 21. Hot damn. Cora, Catper looks at you with so much pride as you pour, and then you just, like, you're listening. Every time there's a little creak, you kind of like stop, adjust, and you slide the door open. This room is a 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 60 by 100 foot rectangle. It's very big. It's like a huge place. The stone double doors to the warehouse are unlocked to reveal a 40-foot high rough-hewn chamber containing 30 Dwagar merchants and 12 male steeders used as pack animals. Those are giant spiders that are used as pack animals. You see that in this big chamber, there are multiple stalls. It's almost like a private merchant area. Similar to the markets outside, but this is specifically just for the Dwagar, where they can organize their goods, talk amongst themselves, and you just kind of see them going about their business. Now, off in the corner, kind of sectioned off by towered crates to kind of like partition off a more private area, you see a... Actually, roll perception to see everyone roll perception to see who sees everything. And then also let's do another group stealth check to see if you are still hidden.
And so everyone can still add plus 10. Oh, I got a nat 20.
That nat 20 will raise up anybody who failed their perception check will be considered a success.
Is there a way to add multiple situational bonuses because I'm trying to add guidance
Just
and
add-
+10 for stealth, but it's
Yeah.
not working.
I
Plus
think you
10
just
plus
comma.
1d4. No,
Oh,
you just
okay.
add another plus. It's
Plus
part
10
of the
plus
formula.
1d4.
Oh no! Wait, I got two
Ultimate
Well, dear Cora, I've also gotten that one.
And it's a 16 with
And a
disadvantage.
16.
Clancy, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. Welcome. Hold on, I gotta just see what just happened. Cora got 2 nat 1s and she still rolled a 20. Which is fine.
Oh, you got the absolute minimum. Oh,
The group passes. Don't worry, you are all unhidden. You, Cora, you bump into something and make a little shifty noise, and then Catpurr quickly looks, and he like continues the sound effect to make it sound like just a natural bit of the ambiance. Also, let's see. We are Turk. I'm reading your message and I don't understand what it means. Oh, wait, I hate that there's a rule saying oh, okay. Sorry. I'm reading. So the message says, I hate that there are rules saying that I don't have an OF. Internet done irreparable damage. I forgot I went ahead and follow. Check it out. The D&D session. Ahoy. So I have in my rules when people chat, I don't have an OF. Don't ask. But I was like reading that message. Like, why would I? Does Turok have an OF? I don't understand. But now I understand. Yeah, it sucks that I have to say that. He's a new chatter. Welcome. No, he's just saying that. They're just saying that it sucks that I have to specify because people bother me. So thank you. Welcome. Now back to what's going on. You are all hidden. And then did we get? Okay, Cora, you got a perception check. Nat 20. Excellent. You look ahead, and your little eagle eyes see, your little crow eyes see a gnome strung up by her ankles, dangling upside down, wearing a gemstone chain dress with 2 Durgar. Yeah, this dress is basically chains and gemstones. She doesn't look happy about it though, because snapping up at her is a Zorn, which is, you've seen these creatures before. They are strange, underdark animals that they remind me of the Pokemon Pinsir, that eat gems. And this Zorn is jumping up, trying to eat the gnome who is adorned in gems. And then you see 2 Durgar yelling and screaming at her. Tell us where the jewel is! I told you I don't have it! And they're just like swinging her back and forth. And she's like, ah!
What is the value of...
Good
What-
dress?
What's the quality of the gems used on her dress?
I can tell you. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Working out if Cora wants to save her or not.
also, we have seen a Zorn before.
Yeah, you have.
Have we?
Have we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave us a weird thing.
Yeah,
Like a poop?
Yep.
the poop.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that in the tunnels with the metamagic and stuff? Not metamagic.
The Whirlstone
The-
Caverns?
Yeah,
I
the
think
Aphasia.
probably.
Yeah. The place where Yaslin got 10 more toes.
Give me
Yes,
give me just a straight intelligence check, Coro. Give me it with advantage because you're a gem master.
Mm-hmm.
You have that gem lore.
Mm-hmm. Intelligent ability check.
You guys are a bit far away, so it might be hard, but your eyes are keenly.
Ugh.
It's
Ow.
so shiny.
And
Gems.
it's so shiny.
That Zorn is going to eat those shiny gems.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
Is there like a ringleader that I can see with the Dwagar? Is there like a guy clearly calling the shots here?
The guy that's swinging that gnome around is dressed very finely. And you can assume that is Golder, the chief negotiator of the Dwagar.
Cool.
Can I wait?
I have an idea, guys.
Okay. I want to finish my thought. Okay. So, that talisman or whatever necklace that we got last session that was worth a lot. Cora knows
the
because
necklace.
yes.
Oh no.
I didn't get to finish her thought.
The internet won't let her finish her thought.
Am I back?
You're back.
Yes,
You're back.
yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Your
Hello.
video isn't bad.
Master of Suspense
that.
Elephant's back.
I thought you were turning off your camera so you could like turn the camera
Do
on
something
and
cool
have like
and
a
be
big
like,
necklace on.
"Surprise!"
Yeah, you're like wearing a
No.
necklace made of
That would be
gems and
so
jewels.
cool.
I wish. Okay, I'll fix my camera in a second, but so because we have faced these guys before, and Master Cora is a gem expert, this this creature has treasure sense. So they're able by scent to locate precious metals and stones.
Yes.
So she's gonna take that really expensive one and throw it out the door, hoping to distract it. And I'm gonna turn my camera back on.
That is so fucking brilliant. As you throw it, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. I just love this idea.
I don't know. It sounds a bit out of character for Cora to get rid of a gem.
It was very worth the wait.
Cora's smart.
It's
She's
great.
smart.
Yeah.
Just in the gym.
Cora's already halfway across, by the way. She's halfway across the warehouse. That's
She's already throwing it.
Do you say anything to get this thing's attention, or do you just toss it?
Well, I'm trying to be quiet,
Okay.
so I don't make a sound.
So I would say, yeah, you take it and you toss it into a corner. The Zorn, who's like snapping, it's got like a little like bow on it. It's clearly a pet. Its name is Peggy. It's like, and then it stops, and then it goes, and then it like starts running for a second in place. It sounds like when like a chihuahua tries to run on a hardwood floor. It like runs in place for a second and then just bolts after this necklace off in the corner. The two Dwagar who are tormenting this poor gnome look and they go, Peggy, where are you going? Get back here.
Guys, I got this. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a master negotiator. I'm gonna step out of stealth, and I'm going to look at the guy swinging the gnome around, and I cast suggestion that I do actually have, and I say through my snake tongue, I say, "Let the gnome walk out of this building."
That was a pretty good snaky snake tongue thing.
Thanks, I know how to roll my R's.
Let me get a Dwagar character sheet out so I can make that roll. What is that? A wisdom? Oh, it's a wisdom.
Wisdom save of DC 14.
This thing has a +0 to its wisdom,
Not that wise.
but oh, it has advantage because it's a Dwagar. But I mean, I don't even have to roll again. It got an 18 and it got a 16. It hears you, and his eyes narrow, and then he looks at you. Who the fuck are you? And how dare you try to charm me?
I go, just, Let her go!
Lucius, as he's doing the distraction, goes, Lumi, fly, catch the gnome. And he's going to draw his arrow with the owlbear feather and shoot at the rope.
Ooh.
While Lumi flies underneath the gnome.
You wait for the perfect moment, and you shoot it, and Lumi catches the gnome as she goes, ah! And returns back to you. Gulder and his companion go, what's the meaning of this? All of a sudden, all of the Dwagar in the room start like looking really curiously at you all. Give that thieving piece of shit back. We're not done with her.
Please don't let me go back, please. No. They're going to feed me to the Zord. They're going to feed me to Pecky. I don't want to be Pecky food, please.
It's I'm just going to say, I want to see you try.
I want to see a fair trial in the Mantol Derith court of law.
The fuck? Someone been shitting and pissing in the Zent's water? What is this nonsense? Mind your own fucking business. What's this gnome to you? She owes us something. She stole our jewel. She looks at you and she goes,
I keep hearing about this jewel, but I have not heard a description of what this jewel is or what you guys are even looking for.
The other Dwagar slams his tankard down. He goes, it was my jewel. I brought it here to be appraised by that stinking pile of shit mouth. And he points at Yantha. But she took it and then she put it somewhere. Apparently, it's very valuable. She stole it from me. She goes,
it still doesn't tell me what the jewel looks like.
It's just a black shiny jewel. I don't know what to say.
It's just black. Okay.
It's worth a lot of money, and she took it. This is a trading post. This is a neutral zone where we respect each other's merchandise, and that thieving pile of shitbag stole it. That is against Mantol Derith protocol, and she won't give it back.
So you respect everyone until you take it into your own hands? Like,
what?
You say you respect each other, but then as soon as you have a disagreement, you just attack them.
They attacked us first. We took her because she stole our gem, and then we started getting attacked by those little shits. The fucking gnomes come over and start attacking us, so we showed them who's boss.
Well, yeah, you kidnapped someone.
I did not kidnap. She stole our property. This is how we deal with thieves. His face is beet red.
Yantha steal?
Yantha looks at you. Everyone who's looking at Yantha, make an insight.
I'm not looking at Yantha. I'm over with the jewel baby, and I'm casting animal friendship on it.
Cool. That's amazing. I'll resolve that in a second.
I've completely given up on negotiations after the first two sentences.
No more
see
master negotiator.
Yeah.
Lucius and Nicole, there is a cloud of guilt around Yantha. She's like doing this.
What did you do with it?
I gave it to my apprentice. I don't know where he went. He just took off. I don't know what came over me. Can we talk about this later? They're trying to feed me to a Zord, okay? I have rights.
Cora is gonna pull out a shiny black gem from her bag.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Is this just a regular shiny black gem, or is this a special shiny black gem?
This is the forgery, right?
It looks like...
Did you have time to forge?
Can I have done it on the way here?
That's like you need to sit down with some jeweler's tools.
Okay, it's not a forgery then. It's just Cora's very
gem.
Confident, and it's a shiny black gem.
They're far enough away that they just kind of like narrow their eyes, and they're like, "Hey, Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. You tell us.
Yes. Cora get from Yantha, what did you say, apprentice? Or
Apprentice.
From Yantha apprentice.
Pass it over. Let me have a look. Make sure you're not tricking me.
Cora, skilled jewel crafter. Cora, appraise. She's gonna put
This
on
is
her.
technically true.
She's gonna put on her loop.
Roll persuasion.
In the background, you hear Nero go, "Yes, you do deserve praise. Yes, you do."
Oh, yeah. let me grab a Zorn real quick. I love yelling at you guys.
Oh no! Wait, you have.
Wait, I have advantage from the golden buzzer. I'm doing.
You mean you have
Inspiration.
And she has 2 inspiration from.
What's the odds? Oh my god.
I need this
That's
roll, you
3
guys.
This is
I
also
need
that one.
this roll.
it's a very accurate roll for Dwagar. Just saying.
17.
That's better. Okay. Also, the Zorn got a nat 20 on its animal friendship saving throw, and now it thinks you're trying to take the gem from it. So it has big like hands. It's a weird looking critter. It's got 3 legs, 3 hands, and a mouth on his head. And he just starts grabbing you by the hands, and he's like, "Mine."
Oh, now you're wrestling with it.
Yeah.
I don't
Playing with it.
I don't resist. I let it like play fight with me. But
Yeah,
like I
this
can
thing-
tell that this isn't like a friendly play fight. This is like a
You are so much more
upset play fight.
powerful than this creature. So it's like, no, mine. It's not wild though. It is a pet, so it's not trying to like.
Yeah, no.
It's
I'm just sad because I wasn't able to be friends with it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's you kind of realize that this is like it has a bitchy personality, and maybe you don't want to be friends with it anyway. Cora,
The best kind.
Cora, they kind of narrow their eyes at you, like.
Yeah, okay.
They
Nero
s-
walks back to the group.
This thing takes
Slithers.
that necklace and is just like
Slithers back.
and then it holds it up. Another Dwagar in the corner goes, "Good job, Peggy." Okay, you are trying to persuade them that this jewel is the jewel.
And
So-
that I am going to appraise it for them.
So here's the thing. Okay, so you guys are about 50 feet away from each other. From 50 feet, they just see a black jewel in your hand. They can't tell what it is. But if they were to actually take what you have in your hand and look at it, they would know 100% this is not the jewel that they were looking for. So as long as you maintain distance, they'll be like, okay. They think that you have the jewel, but they're afraid to approach because Lucius is pointing an arrow at their forehead. And Lucius
What do we
is
give it
scary.
to Peggy?
Are they going to let me appraise it?
They're just waiting for you to do something. But they
Okay,
they want the jewel. They assume the jewel is worth a boatload of money. Okay.
So,
What if Peggy ate it?
They would be furious and probably murder Peggy and probably rip her body apart.
That's when we fight. That's when initiative starts. Just saying.
It's just like when you accidentally attack Scratch in Baldur's Gate 3.
I did that. I was trying to
that's
play
not a-
fetch, and I threw the ball, and it hit him, and it went into combat.
Yeah.
No, that's a reload. That's not a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
It's a
fair.
load last
Fair
save.
enough.
2
It was,
hours ago
yes.
doesn't matter.
Yep, exactly what I did. 2 hours
I
ago,
will
saying.
apologize profusely to the really confused Reloaded Scratch, but
Yeah. Give him lots of pets.
He doesn't know any better.
okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna cast Disguise Self.
Right in front of them, or are you ducking behind a crate to do your thing before you reemerge?
So it looks, is it just a visual or a verbal component?
It's verbal and somatic, which means you do hand signs as well.
So you go,
Okay.
change.
Okay, except what if it's part of the jewel crafting. Okay, here's what I want to do, and you tell me how I. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
tell me what you want to do. I will help you get there.
Okay, so Cora puts on her little jewel crafting loop, and she is going to appraise this gem.
You know how much it's worth, I forget, because this is one of yours.
Yes. She's going to say that it's worth 20 gold. But this spell disguise self allows me to... I want myself and everything on me to look exactly the same, except for this gem to now resemble...
Okay.
It says other belongings on my person can look different.
Okay. You can do that. Yeah, so, but okay, now do like either a deception or a sleight of hand to make your verbal and somatic components look like you're not casting a spell.
Okay. Or would I be able to move Lumi in front of her momentarily, just walking by with a gnome, just readjusting his position?
I don't know if you would know that that's what I was trying to do, though.
I guess it's true.
Cora, you could just like
turn around.
Walk. Yeah, you could just like turn around, change, and then turn back around. Oh, so much change when I turn the wheel. It's glistening. But again,
sleight of hand. Like she's... Yeah. Okay.
Sleight of hand or deception. Yeah, or perhaps performance.
Yeah, a roll. I want to roll, not because I'm
trying to... My sleight of hand is going to be better.
Oh, it was almost a nat 20. Oh, yeah. You're like, oh, the change of the sparkles is so sparkly, changey. They're going to like narrow
changes
their eyes.
In the light.
They narrow their eyes. Gulder goes, Crimgle, is that the jewel? Crimgle squints his eyes. The way it catches the light kind of looks like it. Don't know how these shit eaters found it. Oi, pass it back over.
Worth 20 gold. And she's going to hand it over.
Are you walking?
Or she'll walk over.
Okay. He goes, 20 gold. Are you fucking serious? Gulder looks over at Crimgle. You made all this fucking fuss over 20 gold? What? I thought it was worth at least 10,000, maybe more. Look at the thing. It's probably just really shiny. What are you, a kenku or something? No offense.
None taken. Cora wants help.
You can keep the fucking gem. It's wasting my time. Now we have to repair relations with the fucking shit-eating not Dwagger. I'm so bad at talking shit. The stupid deep nose. Now I have to explain myself to the drow and the Zents.
You know, the first step of a parent relationship might be to stop calling them shit eaters.
Don't tell me what to say, shit eater. It's part of my culture.
Cora's gonna walk back to the party.
As you're walking away, you see the two Dwagar like arguing with each other over stuff. They're very grumpy. I think Cora deserves an inspiration actually for that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, when they finally get outside, Kothar just turns to Cora and says, "I cannot believe that actually worked."
You did a great job.
She just grins.
Can't believe I told someone that lying that they did an amazing job, but it's Cora.
Catpur has his arm around Cora. He's like giving you bird nuzzles.
Aww.
Yantha
Can't believe that pet didn't like me.
Yantha's like pulling off the dress and she's like, ugh.
Do you have clothing under that?
Yeah, it's like a chain. It's just like a It reminds you of the outfit that
I think I know. Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
sorry.
Yeah, but she has clothes underneath it. They basically just threw this thing on her to make her tasty. She takes it, she thrusts it in your guys' hands and just like, well, thanks. And then she's going to turn around and just start walking away from you guys.
Wait.
Nami wanted us to find you.
Nami. Oh, you're friends with Nami.
Yeah, we've helped her out a fair bit.
Business partners.
I see. Friends, business partners, one and the same, as I say. Well, you can tell her that I am A-okay.
Going home.
Yes, I don't want to be here anymore. This place is crazy. I don't know what came over me. It was just so wild. That Kringle guy just asked me to appraise that gem. It's kind of a thing I do, and I don't know. Something just, as soon as I touched it, my whole brain just went, what? And so I gave it to my apprentice. I don't know what happened to my apprentice. I don't know. He's gone.
Who's your apprentice?
His name is...
Not Peoples.
No, it's not Peebles. My
Watson?
apprentice's name is... I think it's Flick. Flick.
Okay.
It's life reference.
Cool name.
Yeah, hold on. Let me, hey, Flick! She puts her finger to her temple. Yo, Flick, what happened to you? Do you have that jewel I gave you? What? You gave it to a gargoyle? Why would you do that? Oh, it stole... Oh, just meet me back at the Enclave. Yeah. No, I'm fine. A bunch of nice people helped. It's all good. They made up some shit about a fake shot. I don't know. They don't seem to care about it anymore. But
Corla.
Yeah. So you don't know where the gem is? A gargoyle. Okay. All right. We need
Can we
to
hear
start.
this?
You just hear her.
Nicole looks incredibly uncomfortable.
Okay. We'll ask all the gargoyles. We'll find it. Don't worry. Oh, it's gonna make us rich. Yeah, absolutely.
You won't find it.
What do you mean we won't find it? This place is
It's
tiny.
It's smashed.
I'll call you back. What?
It was the thing that actually
we should
caused
walk
everyone to go
farther
insane.
away from the Dwagar.
Yeah.
As you say that, you see Lucius is missing. And it like flashes over to Lucius in the trading hall going, "Excuse me, sorry, pardon me." He's trying to like get to the owl feather so he can put it back in his sash and then slowly walk away.
The Dwagar merchants are looking at you because you're like the tallest thing they've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, whoa.
Pardon me, excuse me. I need to get...
Literally swimming through them.
And starts running, trying to catch up to you guys.
As you catch up, Yantha's like, you broke it! The thing was probably worth $1 million! I don't...
It was what caused
was
everyone to go
deeply
insane.
corrupted.
And
It was
in the
worth a
chaos,
lot.
It got destroyed.
No, it was worth a lot. It had a god inside of it.
What?
Or like a demon thing.
It
Demon
was
god?
it was deeply corrupted by demonic influence.
Demon something. Demon royalty,
important part.
for sure.
You've become very talkative, Nero.
Nero just remains quiet from the operation. He immediately silences up.
Drats! I was hoping to sell that thing in order to fund the Enclave. Whatever.
By not
Okay,
selling it, you
okay.
probably saved countless lives. So look at
Yeah.
it from that angle.
Only worth 20 gold.
The Enclave's doing much better now anyway. We were just helping them out a lot.
Oh, I
Remove
meant
the curse
the
and stuff
Stoneheart
like that.
Enclave, not the stupid mental Derith
Oh,
Enclave. I
that's
hate
what we were
this
talking
place.
about as well. That's what we were talking about. That's what I was talking about as well. We helped them out.
You helped who out? The Stonehearts?
Yeah.
We still need money.
Friends.
We always need money.
Why?
Why?
For what?
For supplies, equipment, food. spell components.
Have you been back since the elementals? Ogremok's boon was reconnected. Sorry, Entomok's boon.
Wait, what did you just say?
That's what I meant. We helped them.
Yes, help.
Go home.
Well, shit. I mean, are you guys heading back there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll just go with you. I'll get my stuff.
Are
Hey,
we?
Flick, pack your bags.
We will be going
home.
that way soon anyway. Like, we might have some
That's
stuff
right.
we have to do here still, but
I got us a free escort. No, don't worry about it. All right. Okay, don't forget to water the plants. Okay. I love you. Bye.
assistant, you say?
Apprentice. He's great. Anyways, yeah. After you, are we going back? Do you have anything else to do? Any shopping?
Weren't we supposed to meet up with someone at the Drow Enclave for some reason?
Yes, we were invited.
If we want to.
If you want to. These guys
But
are
I also
snooty.
need to go meet with Sniff Neblin.
Yeah, most Drow are.
Graven Hollow.
That is our final goal, yes. We should... Whichever one we want to go to first, The Nickel just shuts up. Because he's uncomfortable, and then he's a little bit on edge after accidentally shutting up Nero.
we're both just like silently like uncomfy next to each other.
You feel bad.
You feel bad, and I feel
like
bad. I feel bad for talking too much, and you feel bad for shutting me up for talking too much.
And then Lucius kind of just like puts a hand on Nicole's shoulder and goes, "It's all right. We'll find another necklace. You don't have to worry about it."
Wait, why are we looking for another necklace?
Well, that monster ate it, didn't it? We'll get another one. Don't worry about it.
Okay, you all walk and talk back to the gnomes' enclave, where you see like a dozen bodies all lined up underneath death cloths, candles lit around, and a bunch of like gnomes with like hopeful smiles on their face are like, "You're bringing our friends back, right?"
It's been a week. Oh, I don't remember. What was the woman's name? The one in charge?
Her name... It was something really stupid. Gabble.
I guess I'm gonna go find Gabble. I would also bring Cora along with this because I feel like this is a great learning opportunity.
Yeah.
So like before when we're like halfway there, I would like pull up next to Cora and say, almost like coyly, have you ever seen a resurrection ritual?
No.
Do you want to?
Yes.
I think that settles that. Follow me. And he like grabs her by the hand and just runs.
Almost like
two
trying
children.
to keep up. Yeah, like trying to keep up, like kind of being semi-dragged behind her, but is so excited.
Gabble's like, "You're back."
Just as I said I would be. But we need to have a conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
And then she gestures, and like all the gnomes are all there, like leaning in and listening to hear what you have to say.
About that. Kothar would like look at like the 15, 20 bodies that there are, and he would say, "Look, resurrection magic is incredibly powerful, as most people know, but it's also incredibly taxing on the caster. Typically, in order to resurrect a number of this size, you would need multiple casters in order to do that, and I'm only one person."
Oh. What are you saying?
I can bring some of them back, but I won't be able to bring out all of them.
Oh, I see. Will you give me some time to confer with my friends to see which of the deceased have families that might miss them the most.
Of course. I believe we're staying the night before we head back, which means I will be able to bring back 3.
3.
She looks a little heartbroken. Then she turns to her enclave.
Inside, everyone, we have a hard conversation to have. How soon can you do the first?
Give me about 20 minutes and I'll have everything set up.
Oh, that's not a lot of time at all. All right, we'll have a conversation.
And she like scurries.
Wait. Okay, out of character, because there's an RP thing that I would want to do if I can do it. Does this do anything?
It's a living character. So if someone was knocked unconscious, but not dead.
So these are all dead.
They're
Absolutely
dead. And they've been dead
And
for at least an hour.
And is that because... Is the reason I can't do that because it's been too long of a time? Or is it...
It's a combination. One, it has been too long because they would have been making death saving throws. That Spare the Dying basically stops someone from having to make death saves.
Gotcha.
So if I usually don't have NPCs make death saves, though in certain situations I allow it for narrative reasons. But also after an hour has passed, they would have made all the saves because it's 1 save per 6 seconds.
Okay, wait. Cora doesn't know this, and she's never used this spell before. And she's going to heartbreakingly go to one of the gnomes and try to touch them and try to bring them back with her Spare the Dying.
Oh.
She would have also seen Yaslin revivify one of them as well. So she could also think it's the same spell, maybe. I don't know.
As you do that, as you desperately try to resuscitate one of the gnomes, the living gnomes kind of look at you curiously. You hear a gentle voice in the back of your head.
Kid, your job isn't to bring him back. You have to help him find the green hills of the afterlife. That's what we do. The clerics of Segojan guide the dead. They do not rob them of their afterlife.
How can Cora find soul from body?
Their souls need to pass on.
How can find them?
You don't have to find them, kid.
Nero
Cora-
comes over to
Cora
Cora and
want-
like puts his hand on her shoulder, but keeps going.
But Cora want help.
You are helping, kid. You are helping. You're bringing these sweet gnomes peace. Many of these are my dedicated followers. Don't you want them to come hang out with me?
Yes.
I promise I will throw the biggest party once they're here. Just help them find me, okay?
Promise?
Absolutely. You have my word.
She's going to close the gnome's eyes and place 2 sparkly gems in their sockets.
Nero goes, they're guided by Kalimvor now. To the death
No.
domain.
Guided by Jim Jar.
Kothar's just like,
Okay. Nero is like,
that's very strange.
slithers away.
Wait, does Cora worship Jinja?
I feel like I have to give context to the chat really fast. I may have missed that.
Yeah.
So, for the first half of our adventure, the party traveled with a bunch of NPCs that were their buddies. One of them was a deep gnome named Jim Jar. It turns out that Jimjar was actually a gnomish deity in disguise that only Korra found out, and Korra he's Sogojin, which is the gnomish god of shiny gems and death. Like good, like guides the souls of the dead. Korra had coincidentally asked to become a cleric of Sogojin.
For Korra the Wise.
Korra, you have a spirit of wisdom. You get to add a d6 to your next wisdom-based check. Korra had decided to become a cleric of Sogojin before the Korra and the player knew that Jimjar was Sogojin, and it was a pretty awesome moment. So Korra worships Sogojin, and everyone else is like, Jimjar, what? That old guy?
The funny part is that, like, Nero is so confident that Kalimvor, like, handles every single death ever that, like, he doesn't understand, like, if the gnomes have a death god, that, like, that death god will take care of the gnomes, like, of that deity or whatever.
Or maybe he thinks it's just different names.
Yeah, so Korra's way more right than Nero is in this instance. She's actually very correct.
So was Jaslyn the only person who found out about Jimjar? Because she spoke to Korra about it previously.
Yaslin was, I think, the only person who asked, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
It was an amazing moment. That's like one of my favorite elements of our entire campaign, is that Jimjar the god is...
Yes.
Let's actually use that as a moment to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
I have to pee and get a new drink. I will see you all in 10 minutes. Hi, chat. I'll talk to you in a second. I just gotta go pee. I'll be right back.
Dynasty. I just don't want my camouflage jacket. No, I genuinely can't fly. She can hide, but she can't run. I've stolen my camouflage jacket. No, I genuinely can't. It's just because of me. That's the thing, it's not just because of you. Because of me. Long story short, Simon tried to sue me. I mean, at least till I came across my desk was bullshit. Yes. I mean, I know Thomas is one of my rules. Can't tell.
if I just had Steven start ordering us some booze.
Very nice.
Yay! Drunk Baldur's Gate is a lot of fun.
Well, if Uta wasn't enough, I'm watching Dungeons and Dragons after the stream because I've rented it.
Nice. Will it be your first time watching it?
Yeah.
We saw
I know
it.
Thomberchard's in it.
He
That's
is.
all I really
That
know.
blew my mind that Thomberchad is in the D&D movie. I watched it with Steven like a month ago. It was very fun. It was a fun movie.
I'm shocked it did so badly. Like it's such a good movie, but it apparently made very little money.
Did it? Well, let's see. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves box office. 202 million.
Apparently, its budget was 190 million.
Well, it remains in the top 10 6 weeks after its theatrical. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it made 270 million against 150 million. I don't know. Maybe, like, so this is the problem. Movies, it's not enough to make money. It has to be, like, a huge amount of money or else they're not going to do it.
But for some reason, all the articles I read said it was 200 million it made and it was 190 it cost. So
Well,
it must be different articles.
I think also the fact that whole Wizards conspiracy thing with all the, or not conspiracy, but like the
Drama.
whole, yeah, I think that affected the movie drastically. On
I mean, it's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but there was a lot of people upset when they decided to do what they did with the books and the.
I'm just holding on, holding on. I'm just holding on, holding on. I guess I'm just waiting for you to fall. I guess I'm just holding on, holding on.
You get a VIP, and you get a VIP. Everybody gets a VIP.
Hatter, thank you so much for the 20 subs to the channel. September, baby. How are you doing? Thank you so much. That is crazy. That is freaking crazy.
What did I miss?
You missed 20 subs.
Hell yeah.
20
And
freaking
the fact I'm going
subs.
to play Starfield this week.
Ooh, I've been seeing some controversy around that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna buy it. When it was like, it's like Skyrim, but in space, I was like, oh, well, I'm tired of Skyrim, so I think I'll pass.
Yeah, I was
5 iterations of Skyrim.
Oh my
wasn't
gosh.
enough.
How dare.
How dare.
If I want
I
to
was
play a
more
space
like-
game,
It looks more like No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
but it doesn't. Like, it's nothing like No Man's Sky.
Well, the HUD looked like that to me.
Never
Yeah.
be
I
No
think it
Man's
looked
Sky.
Like,
it.
if you
So
want
I
to play a
haven't
game like
played-
that, play No Man's Sky. This, it's like, why is it controversial? Because it does not deliver upon its promises, essentially.
Yeah.
What doesn't,
No
sorry?
man has their own sky.
No Man has their own sky. No Man's Sky is one of my
Blue Sky.
favorite
Wait,
games
no
for
man is
space.
just a game.
Mm-hmm. It's called No Man's Sky.
No, that
No
game
Man's Sky is like one of
is
those
wonderful.
games, like, it's great that they turned it all around. Like, all the bad stuff.
I
that had
miss
to
over
start.
explaining the pun of their username to them
Yeah.
and them getting really upset because I keep doing it.
No, Hatter, the
I didn't explain it to
controversy
them earlier.
the controversy around Starfield is that they said there's 1,000 planets and you could go anywhere on these planets, but really when you have to go into a menu to select the planet, and then you like pick a spot and then it like loads in a contained map that's based on a seed that is like procedurally generated, but it has like points of interest. So they advertised it like you could go anywhere on the planet, just like No Man's Sky, but you can't. Like it like flatly misrepresented what you could and could not do in this game.
Yeah.
And it's like,
also if they
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Also, if they're gonna make like another Skyrim, but this, just make another Skyrim, dude. Like, you don't need to
Elder
change
Scrolls
the
6.
product. Just give us more Oblivion realms, guys. Like, we want it.
Yeah.
Give us stuff about the Dwemer.
They promised like 6 years ago.
Oh,
Give us more Elder Scrolls.
Okay, Elder
baby.
Scrolls 6, you know how like 6 years ago they showed a teaser?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just now, like, I think it was like a week ago, announced that Elder Scrolls 6 is now in early development, which means 6 years ago it wasn't in development, and they literally showed a trailer of something we might do in the future. That's what Bethesda lately has been such a like scam. Like, I feel like they're scammy. Like, they're very dishonest about the products that they create.
A video game company being dishonest?
But
Never.
Bethesda's like specifically dishonest.
Yeah.
They've been like the whole like Fallout 76 shit. They're just, there's something about it that I just am not vibing with Bethesda anymore.
Well,
Personally,
now
I haven't-
Bethesda's owned by Microsoft.
That makes sense.
Since how long?
It is now.
Yeah, that's brand new. Like,
back in 2020.
yeah, like they've been Bethesda has been a shitstorm since before Microsoft acquired them.
Yeah,
I personally
they have.
didn't
And
like
that's
how
probably why
they
sold.
personally didn't like how they seem to focus. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. We're listening.
Okay, because my Discord is showing me as loading, so
Oh, no,
because I
you're good,
disconnected.
Okay,
So,
no, we can hear you.
yeah, since Morrowind, I've kind of said like they keep on doing more like console games and putting them to PC, but it seems not very supported, is what I'll say. Like, and the one thing that annoyed me the most in their games was Oblivion. They sold it. Patrick Stewart's going to be in this game. Patrick Stewart's in this game. He dies in the first 5 minutes.
Wait,
Whoa,
was in the
spoiler.
game?
It is technically not wrong.
Well,
Technically not wrong, but
So-
yeah, you hype someone up to be in it, and then
so Turok, people want to explore the whole planet after landing, but 45 minutes of walking is bigger than Fallout 4, supposedly. Is that a bad thing? No, I don't want a big game that takes forever to load. I just feel like if you're going to advertise your game as you can land anywhere on the planet and explore it all, planet-sized planets, for that to be just a blatant lie when games like No Man's Sky exist, where we have an example of that working in a good way, I think is just like, obviously you don't want to walk around that was another problem with the game. Like, you land and then there are no vehicles in the game, so you have to walk to the points of interest, and it's like a huge long walk and of nothing. Like the terrain is boring. It's like procedurally generated and lame, and it's like they didn't play other space games for inspiration. And the game comes off as, it feels like a 10-year-old game from what I've seen. I haven't played it, but I've seen streams of people playing it and the complaints, and I'm not interested. Maybe they'll update it and make it better, because remember, No Man's Sky had a really bad launch and it did not deliver on a lot of its promises. But they turned it around, and now it's like the best space exploration game that exists.
one of the main space games I play, the X4 series, the X series, sorry, not X4. X4 is the current one. They haven't even had anything on planets in the game since, I think it was X2, which was like the third installment of the game series, and then up to the 8th installment, even though it says the 4th game, and it's like, they don't even have planets, so most of the time. They have them in the background.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, but
yeah,
here's
I
the
want
thing.
them.
If you're going to promise something,
Yeah.
you have to deliver. It can't be completely the opposite of what you say it is, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's just how I feel about it. Because that's the thing. Like, I also think the fact that they did make these, like, big procedurally generated maps, but that have nothing in them, is like a waste. Like, just make a handcrafted world. Like, if you are incapable of generating a whole planet, that's fine. Just be honest about that and make it more linear, and then just pitch it like it's linear. Like, this is silly. Anyways. I'm still playing.
On the
Sounds like
subject of
Overwatch 2.
On the subject of No Man's Skies, they actually had an expedition start the other day for it, so you can get limited time stuff on it, and that's what I'm planning on doing after D&D.
Cool.
All right, you guys are at the Gnome Enclave. After some deliberation, the Gabble approaches Kothar, who is not sitting in the correct spot. Let me fix everybody real quick.
Okay, well, you do.
Kothar
Yeah,
has,
my internet cut out, so sorry about that. Speaking of, I'm just going to quickly restart Discord because it's still sitting on the loading screen.
Okay.
When Gabble comes back out, Kothar, with the help of Cora, is like setting up the ritual, and there's like a symbol of Tamara kind of etched into the ground, and there's like candle, and there's gemstones. And Kothar is like talking to Cora, saying, "Okay, it needs to be exactly 38 1/4 degrees to the east. Did you measure?"
She's like, yes.
Okay, perfect. Now we need to make sure. Oh, hi, Gabble.
Gabble, we're ready. And then she turns and she points to a specific corpse where the gnomes go to lift up the corpse and bring it to the place of the ritual. And then, may I say a few words before you begin?
Of course.
And she turns. Midge is a mother of 4 and a loving wife. She has young mouths to feed and people who love her. We've all agreed that her time is not today. And though it pains us to watch so many of our friends pass into the green hills, we want to bring Midge back. And then she nods and then kind of backs off.
I'm certain her children will be thrilled to see her once more.
I think so.
When Midge is in
sort of-
kind of... Oh, go ahead.
Cora's sort of like, she's sort of like bowing her head while while Gabble is speaking. And then when she finishes, Cora raises her head.
Do not be sad of Green Hills.
You're right. We are all afraid of death, I think. We have unfinished business. And though we all long for the green hills, I think that it is only fair to give at least a few of our kind a chance to finish the purpose that they were put on this world for.
Segojan promised Cora have big party in Green Hills.
She like smiles at you and like wipes a little tear away. And then kind of like gestures to the really sad gnomes who are looking at their dead friends. They go, yeah, big party.
Big party.
And then she bows her head back down, awaiting Kothar.
Kothar kind of like pauses. And he says, well, it might be true that I'm able to bring back some of your friends. I couldn't imagine anyone better than Cora to be the ones to guide the rest to moving on to the Green Hills. You're in good hands. Or claws, in this case, I should say.
She sort of like
Cora's like
raises like yeah.
Kothar like will go into the center of kind of like the symbol that that he and Cora have drawn out where Midge's body is, and he's going to like take kind of the diamond that he was provided for this, and he's going to say like some words, and as he says these words, kind of like the circle around him starts to light up, and he's going to kind of like just gently let go of the diamond. It's going to start to float and spin kind of in the circle directly above Midge's body. And he's going to back up and he's going to go to Cora, and he's going to hand her like what looks like a really tiny hymnal. And he's going to say, I have to perform the ritual. Can you say the components?
She grabs it and I'm trying to remember out of character if she is able to read because she's a Kenku, or if it's just that she's not able to write. And I think she's not able to write
She can
her own
read.
sentence.
She
Okay,
can read.
okay. So, yes, she's going to grab it and she's going to start to read.
As Cora starts to read, Kothar is going to begin to channel the ritual. This takes an hour, by the way. This is like an actual ritual. So, like, as he does, the edges of like the circle begin to slowly start to fill in with light. And after about like 5 or so minutes, the circle completely fills with light. And as it does, basically like a beam of light just shoots down from the heavens, kind of like through the cavern ceiling onto the body. And as it does, the body slowly begins to like levitate. And as it does, the diamond that's floating slowly starts to meet with the body. And over time, they begin to kind of merge into one. The diamond begins to merge into the body. And then after the ritual's complete, the body is just slowly kind of levitated back down.
You can almost see the outline of a blue ethereal form that mirrors the body kind of like fall into it, like the soul returning. Do they return with all their hit points?
I believe no. Let me see.
I know they get exhaustion, I think.
Yeah, they get a... Okay, so it closes all mortal wounds.
So
let me just ping it because it's kind of specific. It closes mortal wounds, but it doesn't restore missing body parts. It neutralizes poisons and cures diseases. But they take a -4 penalty to basically everything they do.
Until they have a long rest? Okay,
until they have a long rest.
So she's weakened. Like, she's not waking up like, I'm here, everyone, hi!
Yeah.
It's more like, you hear her go, and the gnomes rush to her. She, like, slowly sits up, holding where her wound once was. Oh my gosh, everyone, the Dwagar are attacking! Huh? And she notices that everyone is like gathered around like some kind of very religious procession. What happened? And Gable holds her hand. You're okay now. We gotta take you back to the infirmary though. You'll be fine, and we're gonna send you on paid sick leave for a little while. Okay. Oh, ow, I feel like I was hit by a truck. Oh, you
There we go,
were...
actually.
Yasla just pipes up. Dwagar, actually.
What's a truck?
Oh, a truck is like a horse and cart, but it like runs on its own. It's an invention that us gnomes have because we're so smart.
I would love to dissect one day.
She's like led off into the infirmary. Gabble like rubs her hands together.
All right, we have to decide who the next two will be. Are we bringing anyone else tonight, or do we have to wait till tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be here early.
We'll have a discussion, and we will know who we're bringing back.
Tamara.
Would you like a place to stay for the night?
I think that would be wonderful.
She gestures to a bunch of ground level niches, but you realize they're all gnome sized.
Oh,
They're like little bunks carved in. Nero, you know that the Zentarum have places to stay.
Nero is like slithered himself like into a little coil in one of the little niches.
Oh no!
It is super comfy.
If it fits, you sit.
I actually am incapable of sitting because I don't have an ass.
Wait, where does the tail start?
At the hips.
That's your ass.
No,
That's your
I don't
ass.
have. I have a cloaca. I don't have an ass.
No, like a butt cheek, not the anus.
I don't have butt cheeks. I have a tail.
You all
We're
start
all like
talking about
press X to doubt.
Yeah. You all walk to the. Are you going to the Zentarum for your long rest?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. You're talking about.
That's gonna be our campsite discussion this night.
Yeah,
though,
that's
'cause
that's
does
your.
Nero have an
Yeah,
ass?
that's our camp.
Technically, the
Yeah.
waste has to go somewhere.
Yeah, into my tail.
While we're heading back, can we just say that I go buy some like diamond dust with the Zentarum sell that?
The gnomes
yeah.
would, and they probably just give it to you after the thing you did to help them.
Okay.
What is that's a spell component?
Robbing them of house
Yeah.
and home.
For greater restoration.
Yeah, they'll give it to you as a thank you.
Cool.
They're the
Um,
gem
I-
sellers.
As we're walking back, Nero kind of like slithers slowly towards Nicole, and he just goes, "Sorry, I was talking too much."
Nicole slowed down as he noticed Nero was coming, so there's a little bit of a gap between them and the rest of the group. No, you didn't talk too much. I phrased it badly. I was just surprised.
I was talking more than I normally do.
That's a good thing.
About 2.5 words per second more than I normally do.
That's very precise.
Yeah, I counted it back in my head. It's just I was never allowed to have a pet when I was a kid. So whenever I see one, I kind of just hope that it likes me.
For some reason, every time you cast Animal Friendship, it's like they roll a nat
It's
20.
never worked.
They roll
Yeah.
a nat 20 every time. It's the weirdest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole awkwardly, slings his arm around his shoulder and says, "Well, I suppose when we get back to Guntelgrim, we can look at finding you a pet then. Would you want one? Do you know what kind you would want? Have you thought about that?
No,
Why don't we think on that?
I didn't.
Oh.
I can't close it from the outside because I can't pull it. Yeah, it doesn't lock when I do it. Well, Dave, I'm streaming live.
Hi, Steven. Hi.
Bye,
I
Leo.
love you. Okay.
Leo is
You jinxed yourself. You
So
Foresight,
my doorknob
clairvoyant.
is a little weird. If you have to pull it a specific way for it to actually click, and from the outside you can do it. You pull upwards. I can't figure out how to do it from this side of the door. So Stephen has, but he just very passive aggressively demonstrated that you can do it from this side, and I'm like, well, I've tried and it hasn't worked, so I don't know what to say. I'm just glad Leo had his clothes on.
Yeah.
I was about to make that
Well,
comment.
he didn't have. He had his diaper on. I
And
don't-
you had a blurred background.
That's
So.
true.
Yeah. Good job.
Hopefully on your guys' streams, Anyways, sorry. What were we saying? What were we doing?
Nero said
getting
had a pet
Nero.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like a lion. Can name it Leo.
That's a good name for a lion. I don't
That
know.
actually
if you can keep
means
that in
lion.
Cont-
In a
Oh, I
different
didn't know
language.
that.
Yeah. I think it's Greek.
Wait, what's Greek?
Leo.
No, there's a language
what
that's
is
Greek.
Yeah.
What's Greek?
Oh. Who's
Hey, trucks exist, but Greek doesn't. I'm so confused what this world has.
Does Greece exist? Maybe. Well, I mean.
Well, Cora has
Pantheon
lots of
exists. Yeah,
grace.
it's a
She pours
very
it
potent
on.
spell.
That's
Nice.
true.
Thank you, Pirate.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll
See,
try to keep the noise down in the future.
No. Just. You should keep talking. You're very intelligent, and you have a lot to share that I don't know of. I did not mean to insult or, like, startle you into being quiet. I was just surprised.
No, it's just that, you can tell everybody kind of looks up to you as the leader, and I didn't want to,
No.
ruffle any feathers or unshine someone's armor.
I am not the leader. We're all friends. And
But
if you
you
would like.
Turns
You
out
were
Yaslin
the
is
one
the
who-
leader. You all just didn't know it.
Yasmin pulls the strings.
Nero will
Yeah.
point out that during the beginning of the expedition, you volunteered to lead the entire force.
Yes, but not our group of friends.
But we're part of the force.
Yes, but you can have a subgroup within that.
But you're the leader of the entire thing. So you would be our
But
leader.
not of the. I am the leader of the expedition. We are all leaders, in a way.
So this
And I
group,
treat them as my
You're
equal.
all walking into the
Yeah, we're walking.
warehouse.
so does this group need a leader?
Catper
Nero
is going to
so
take Cora's
confused.
hand and say, "Come, Catper, bedroom," and is going to have a sleepover with Cora.
Nicole is just going to spend his time trying to explain that we're friends and therefore equals, but also leaders in the expedition.
Yeah. So you guys all are given a couple of sheds within the Zent's warehouse to sleep for the night, grab some food. If a few of you want to, before you go to bed, you're welcome to go into the main marketplaces because they have like street food out there. So you go out, have a night in the town. You get to try some like drow delicacies, some Dwagar food, some gnome food, and they even have like surface food because the Zents often bring goods from the surface. So yeah, you all get to like hang out, get your street food, maybe do a little shopping. You notice that the Dwagar mostly sell like armor and weapons and just kind of like tools and stuff. The gnomes are selling mostly gems. The Zents are selling surface goods, and the drow sell really fancy liqueurs and perfumes and rare spices, just very exotic, high-end luxury goods. Do any of you feel the need to do a little shopping, or are you just like looking around while you're eating your street tacos?
Oh, look, Kothar. They sell silks.
Oh. Did you want some?
I thought you wanted some. You look good at them.
Listen, it was
Kothar
only...
approves.
Kothar approves flusteredly. It was only one time, and you said that you wanted to see what I looked like in panties. I think we could make do with a blanket. It must feel nice.
The drow lady who has all the silks goes, "A blanket? No." And she pulls you and starts like doing this with her tape measure.
Nar!
Nar!
Oh, no!
No! she's like tape measuring you. No, we need to get you something much nicer than a blanket. And she's gonna like start fitting you for like a silken like vest, and she's gonna recommend like a corset that like is like shapewear that like gives you like a scoop butt.
I don't think this will look good under my armor. You can't even see it under my armor.
Nero's just standing behind a pool.
She's gonna start going off on how important after battle wear is, you know, like casual wear is when you're at camp or at the inn. You know, you don't want to wear your armor everywhere. And so she's
Nicole looks down
as he's in full plane.
Yeah.
Nero's right behind him and just goes, so if we're all the same rank, are we like a specialty group? Or who do we answer to?
Does everybody get a drow corset, by the way?
Yaslin is asking her if she has anything that's not spider related.
She has lots of so while there is a great deal of spider silk things, she does have a more broad sense because she's like, honestly, I don't really fuck with lols, you know? I left Menzo Barinzan when I was just a teenager.
Oh, really? Have you heard of Illustrate?
Oh.
I have
you heard of our Lord and
I'm actually a follower of Luviatar, and then she shows she drops her little robe to show her back is like full of slash marks from her self-flagellation, and she goes,
happily share this.
If you ever want a private session, let me know.
Thank you for the offer.
Kothar comes stumbling out of the dressing room. Can you undo this corset? I can't breathe.
So that's where you get your practice from.
What does that mean?
She's gonna loosen it just enough. She's like, well, if you're not going to be corset training, then you keep it at this level. And she's gonna loosen it up for you. This thing is beautiful. It has like a beautiful print. It's like silvery purple. And it's like little, like it's just like a male corset. Have you ever seen men who like Kuritsu knows exactly what I'm talking about?
Have you ever seen men?
We've
Have you ever seen men before? Yeah.
Ratsu and I have shared TikToks of like hot men wearing corsets, and I wish
They're
it
good.
was. It's.
I like how your Kuretsu experience with TikTok is completely different with my Kuretsu experience with TikTok.
Oh gosh. After Kothar gets fitted for a very shapely is anyone else getting a corset? Who's getting a corset? Say I.
Nero doesn't want a corset. He's gonna ask for a robe similar to Yaslin's.
Very sheer.
Mm-hmm.
And is it like one that comes down the middle, or like a crisscrossy, more Eastern looking? Ratsu, what would you call that? Like a Japanese. You know how like a gi, like a karate gi with the crisscross is actually like
a kimono?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But
I just thought that Yaslin's looked comfy.
It is.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
But
is
it's too
Yaslin wearing it now?
does Yaslin wear anything else other than that?
I think that's all Yaslin wears.
Well, okay.
She wears that.
Sorry.
or nothing.
Sorry, my
That or
brain
nothing.
has. Well, my brain has equated that like Yaslin now has armor, so Yaslin's wearing armor.
Oh, that's right.
So I didn't.
True.
That's right.
But she could have that on under her.
Yeah, she has like
probably.
her. So you know, like when cosplayers have the chainmail that just drapes over the titties just ever so slightly. That's what Yaslin has, and then she has her see-through like big robe that, you know, what's the fancy girl robe that's like really big at the sleeves, little
It's
fur
a kimono.
trim.
Oh no.
No,
I don't know
like
you're
like
talking
the
about.
bougie girl robe, you know.
Mhm.
So that I
Oh,
killed
it's-
my husband.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's called the
Robe.
Snuggie.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
called a
it's-
Snuggie.
Yaslin has a
The
snuggie.
Snuggie. That's what it is.
As Kothar's being fitted, though, another drow is going to grab him by the wrist and sit him down and start doing eyeliner on him and be like, this is your perfect shade. This eyeliner is the highest of quality.
Call me when you're done, Kothar.
Nice.
I didn't realize I was getting more done.
You get a winged eyeliner.
Ooh.
You look, by the way, astounding. You're also getting a manicure. Do you want your nails painted or do you want them clean?
Cleaned.
Okay, so you just get you get
The
manicure, and
shiniest
pedicure,
nails.
shiny.
They get paid anyway.
You get your hair you get like a blowout. The whole thing, and then
What
at
was
the
that
very
face?
Don't worry about it.
end, yes, war-torn night. Drows have Australian accents because they're from down under.
Why do you think I'm laughing?
By the way, Australian accents for me are so hard to do. I know how to do a British accent. Australian is so hard for me, so it's really bad, and I know that it's bad. And I'm not making fun of Australians. Australians are making fun of me. Anyways,
If you say the letters R and R,
R and
in
R.
it, it sounds like
Arnar.
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 That's how I get into it. I go Arnar.
Yeah.
Kothar's holding up a silver mirror, looking at himself, and he's like,
You're looking snatched. They start going to Nakul and start like sitting Nakul in a cosmetic chair. Do you resist or do you let it happen?
He's like fully distracted by Nero, so he doesn't resist.
Okay, they sit you down. They give you they trim your hair. They give you like black under the they like kind of assess your face to like decide what looks best on you. They decide to give you like black in the waterline, but they don't give as much of a dramatic eyeliner as they did with Kothar. Kothar
I will
looks
never
very
get
attracted.
used to people.
as Nicole's getting like this thing done, he just hears a message and it said, "Hello, handsome." Arr.
You don't have to make fun of me every time I have something done, Kothar.
He said I'm making fun of you. Arr.
You just keep hearing "Rrrrs."
Yes, I can't roll my R's.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Can we
Can
hear an
Nicole roll his
attempt?
R's?
I can't roll my R's, but I can do like a back of throat sort of.
I can't do the back of throat roll.
But that's like far
Very
back in my
rolling.
that's the back of my throat, and I can't use that in a word, so that doesn't work.
Cora, that sushi
In
looks
speech.
so good. Cora is over on the other side of the market having Dwagar sushi, like all Dark Lake varieties of fish.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good for some reason.
Yeah, it's all like crazy and exotic fishes that you would never find on the surface.
While she's stuffing her face, she kind of looks down and does a big sigh. I know Zero would love this.
Oh.
And Azira is on the
feel like-
surface living her best life.
Yaslin left the tent or whatever they were at, the stall, and she would have gone and looked for someone to try and help, either try to clean up some of the mess from before for the gnomes, or like trying to get some food or something together for some of them to help out.
Aw, okay, so Yaslin's doing charity. What's
We're
Lucius
getting
That's
a
Yalin's
makeover,
personality,
and
so-
Yaslin's doing charity. Yeah. Way to make us look bad. The
Kothar,
other
sorry.
two religious people.
Sorry, Kothar's too busy giving googly eyes to Nicole right now.
Lucius
kill
is looking
Scarlet?
for equipment. Would he find anything that would be like, I don't know, like a weapon shop that's more ornate, kind of like Drow?
What kind of weapons do you have right now? You would find weapons at the Dwagar market stalls.
Take a look in your DMs. That is what I was kind of looking to maybe.
Okay, let me take a look.
Not a weapon per se. It's more like
Oh, nice.
a quiver.
Yeah. Let me take a look.
While she's doing that, I will say that the whole thing about Yaslin's religion is that they don't really care about the fancy stuff. They care more about helping people. So that's why she would try to turn the people, and then once she knew it wasn't working, she'd leave.
So, yeah, that's fine. We can do this. You, in the Dwagar's area, you will find a Fletcher shop that has assortment of bows, quivers, weapons. You notice, though, their design is very functional with no ornamentation. You expect dwarven work to be very well ornate and artistic, and the Dwagar's work just lacks beauty. It is pure function, very straight and to the point. But you do find an interesting quiver.
Would like to purchase that one.
I don't remember how much uncommon items cost.
I think it's 300.
Okay, that works. Go ahead. That's one thing. One thing I really like about Pathfinder is that every single item has a money price, has the gold price right there, just included. It makes it so much easier.
There's also formulas that you can use to
you
calculate
can
things if
craft
you're gonna make
items. It's so fucking awesome. I can't believe that D&D just. Anyways,
Can I look for 2 items?
Yeah.
After the whole makeover happens and unglues Kothar from him. Can I look for a Helm of Comprehending Languages?
link it to me so I can look at the.
Yep.
If it's uncommon, then you most likely will be able to find it.
Okay. There's that, and then the other one is.
Oh, Ellie.
Oh, Ellie.
Oh no. Boots of Elvenkind.
You want Boots of Elvenkind?
Yes.
You will find that with the you'll find that with the Drow.
Okay. Helm of Comprehending Languages is also uncommon.
Okay. I'd say both of those you find in the Drow area.
Okay.
I don't know how much those would cost. What, 300 to 500? I don't have a freaking cheat sheet.
If you want to just take 500 for both of them, I'll just do that.
I'll make myself a cheat sheet for costs. I had a whole system and I just forgot.
See Lucius like outfitting this quiver and like shoving all of his equipment in there and trying to like figure out how he can maximize the space to carry even more.
The quiver just carries arrows, right?
The one that I linked you has the ability to hold like 60 arrows and then like javelins and bows and quarterstaffs, but only weighs 2 pounds.
Oh,
Makes
long
it
items.
magically.
Got it. Okay, so as long as it fits physically in the quiver.
Yeah, it makes it feel like it's 2 pounds, so he doesn't feel like he's burdened.
Okay. Yeah, you're just like shoving all your stuff in there. A toilet
He
plunger.
looks like he's armed for war. He's
A
just like
baguette.
shoving all this stuff in there.
Just so you know, the Helm of Comprehend Languages and the Boots of Elvenkin are in the items SRD.
Yep, I know.
Yay. Ellie, your camera doesn't work.
I know.
Oh shit, they're actually way more expensive than I thought.
How much does it say?
Boots of Elvenkind is 2,500 apparently because it fits in the 500 to 5,000 range. Apparently. So maybe I don't have enough. Okay.
You guys have so many gems, though.
John.
Yeah.
Also, you would know that Yaslin doesn't really care much about money, so if you needed some more money, she could probably give it to you.
No. Nicole's gonna have to borrow money.
You guys should have so much money. I give you so many gems. Those are like monies.
Yeah, I don't.
We also haven't.
gems.
We also haven't
Yantha's
allocated the
dress.
gems,
Oh,
so-
Yantha's dress was worth 750 gold.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we haven't actually allocated any of the gems as well, so they're all just still sitting there.
They're sitting there in Cora's like butt purse.
Yep.
So she can feed the pincher creatures.
Would I be able, after I'm all dolled up, can me and my winged eyeliner go armor shopping?
Yeah, what are you looking for, Mr. Adamantine?
Would I be able to find a +2 shield from the Dwagar?
What is that? Rare?
Rare.
What is the price range of rare?
500.
You already have so many armor points.
A +2 shield, according to that, the thing in the SRD is 6,000 gold.
Okay. If you want to
For
spend
rare?
6,000 gold.
I don't have that money, never mind.
That's so...
How
I feel
much-
like I gave you
How
so
much is platinum worth?
10 gold.
10 gold.
10 gold.
Actually, wait, how much is... I might be able to sell my +1 shield. How much would that sell for? Hold up.
Half of whatever the value is.
Yeah.
That
+1
is
shield is
1,500.
1,500.
500. Yep.
Okay, so
so
that would
750.
sell for 750. Okay, let me do some mental math here.
You can just
Do you
pull up
have
the calculator.
5,000-ish gold?
I think
Yeah, we
I have 5,000-ish.
Oh god. How do you have that much gold?
Leo's trying to break back into my room.
He's all like, I've broken once, I'll break in again.
That's the sound he makes. That's just the only word he knows.
Wait, hold up.
Are you sure you don't want an adamantite shield?
No, those are not available.
I already have
It doesn't-
adamantine armor, so it doesn't.
Yeah, it
stack.
doesn't. Yeah.
You
Hold on, I have-
fuckers.
I have to
I
do
think I
some-
actually made. Never mind. Okay, sorry.
Who else is getting adamantite stuff?
Nobody. Adamantine is
Off the
off
menu.
the market.
Why do you get an adamantite ring?
Nero
No, that won't be enough, no.
canonically takes out some of his scales and puts adamantine scales on instead.
Fuck Nero.
Okay, what? Anyway, even with the discount from
Neo
selling my
turns
shield, I
what?
don't have enough gold. So no.
Really? You don't
Oh,
have enough gems?
no.
I've given you so many gems.
Yeah, I've already turned all of the gems into gold,
Oh,
so
okay.
I have all of the gold here, and it's like I don't.
You
I have like
don't need a
almost
+2 shield. You
Yes, I
never
do.
get hit.
I want the crisp, clean 20 AC. It's been bothering me because I've been sitting at 19 for like a year now.
You're 19? I thought you were like 24.
No, I'm at 19 AC.
Okay.
Nicole's at 24, I think.
I'm at 23.
Yaslin's sitting
Waiting
here
for
at
that
16.
crisp, clean 20.
Yeah, Haslin's at a strong 11.
You can sit at 19 a little while
Yaslin's
longer.
16.
Wait,
Okay,
oh,
well,
really?
I'm gonna go slot Shield of Faith then.
Fine. Good for you.
Okay.
Okay, little
Yeah,
brat.
Yaslin's
Yeah,
Yaslin's
I
at
have winged eyeliner,
16
of
now
course I'm
because
fat
of the
now.
Can
Elven
next
chain.
week? Can you show up next week with winged eyeliner?
Oh my god! If only I knew how to do winged eyeliner.
I
Time
wish.
to learn.
Time to learn. I love doing the wing.
I had to do my own makeup for theater, and I was actually like, I was good at it. Like the girls actually came to me for help, but the only thing that I wasn't good at was eyeliner. I could never do it.
It depends on what the tool you're using because there's like different types of eyeliner. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all go shopping. Y'all have a lot of fun. You eat. You see some shows. There's like a drow juggling. And then you go to bed.
Might
Yeah.
want maybe some. It's rare though. I don't know if it would be available.
What do you
What are you
want?
looking for?
A ring of spell storing.
Ooh.
It can store between 1 and 5 spells, but it's you decide as the DM how many.
I feel like that
get.
should be a reward, not a thing that you buy. Let me make
can
a
buy 'em.
note of that
Okay.
so that I know
God.
that you have your eye on that. Because I also feel like if it's rare, you're not going to be able to afford it.
And that's plus 2 share.
Rare. This is like 12,000 or something.
It's 24,000. Yeah.
24,000?
Yeah.
I have it saying that it's between 500 and 5,000 gold pieces.
For
If
rare?
we're going,
And it depends on the spells stored inside it to begin with.
yes.
So that's the base magic rare item cost.
I'm just based off of whatever item is in the compendium. It's the SRD, which it could be. It could absolutely be wrong because I don't think there's a hard value actually associated with any of these. So
The compendium prices are weird because it prices adamantine armor under +1 armor.
Yeah, which is why I gave you all adamantine armor.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I listened to the price and I was like, oh, yeah, that seems fine. Cora, I went ahead and made a note of that. So if I am giving presents because you beat something, how does it work? You just put spells in there and then you get to use them?
Yes. So, it is store spells cast into it, holding them until the attuned wearer uses them. Can contain up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. When found, the ring contains 1d6 first level spells.
So it's like
chosen
Sheila.
by the GM. I think so. And then I think after you get through them, then I think you can hang on.
you can recharge it.
You can
I think.
recharge it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want a cheaper alternative, there is a Pearl of Power.
I was looking at
Instead?
Pearl of Power, which doesn't it just regain an expended spell slot?
Yes, but you're a cleric, so you can cast any of the spells that you have prepared for that day.
But Cora wants to learn from Kothar and maybe
Oh.
try to store some of those spells into the
Okay,
ring.
that's different. You can also learn to write scrolls.
Yeah, or spell gems too. When you go back to the Stoneheart Enclave, you're going to be able to pay for some spell gems. They won't be cheap though.
Okay.
Okay.
Speaking of
One more
spell
thing.
gems, I'm gonna be rifling through the ones that we have and replacing some.
Okay.
I sent you another link, Scarlet.
Oh, are you still shopping?
Is
Possibly.
Ellie's camera lagging for everyone, or is it just me?
Everyone.
Oh, am I back?
Everyone.
Oh, what?
You're back.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
How many items do you have attuned so far?
Slight
Cove?
delay.
2.
Oh, you only have 2
I have
items?
Dawnbringer and Dawnbringer and the Masquerade Tattoo.
What is the price of this in the
I'm trying to look it up right now.
compendium?
The DMG says it's 100 to 500 gold pieces.
No, what does it say in the compendium of Foundry?
Oh, I have to.
I'll look it up. Items SRD. 8,000.
Yeah, I cannot afford it. Never mind.
That's a bit more than what it said on the other side.
All right. Are you guys done? I'm going to write that down for you, though. I'm going to write down that Lucius is looking for that.
He wants to be ogre. He wants it all
Wait,
ogre
which
now.
What are you looking for? Sorry.
Gauntlets of Ogre Power.
Multi-class barbarian.
Oh, is that what I need to do?
Nope.
No,
It's
just
no
sounds barbarian.
requirement. Gauntlets of Ogre Power or the belt that I have also does the same thing at a higher.
The giant penguin.
Guys, how does my robe look?
You look so sparkly and shiny, and you look like you just murdered your husband.
It looks
Oh
like
my
it could
God.
fall off at any second.
Is that a comment of towards Jasmine?
No, it's
No.
a comment.
Same outfit?
Nero.
Oh,
Wait, is it? I'm so. I didn't mean to copy you. I thought it looked comfy and I wanted one.
So you all go and find your bunks and all settle in for the night. Please take your long rest, but not before all of you have a strange dream. A soft glowing light rises from ahead, emanating from a vast cavern. The entire surface of the cave, floor, walls, and ceiling, is blanketed in moss and fungi, all in shades of white and soft pastels of pink, violet, green, and pale blue. The diffused light the mushrooms shed makes the vista waver as if seen through mist. Aramikos, a voice says in your mind. You turn and see a Myconid sovereign standing beside you where there was no one before. You recognize Basidia from the Neverlight Grove. The largest and greatest being of our world, the Myconid says sadly. All that you see before you is Aramikos. All of this and much more, all is in danger from the corruption that will claim the whole world if you do not help us. And as he says that, you see those pink and pastel molds and mosses suddenly turn to a sickly green with yellow fetid mushrooms sprouting out, taking over the entire space. And for a moment, you see the grinning, terrifying face of Zucht Moy cackling as she envelops the entire cavern, where you all wake up in a sweat. As you wake up, the echoing voice of Basidia, we need your help. And that's where we'll leave off for today.
Aha.
Ah.
What is it?
Nero's like, what the fuck?
who is this?
Somewhere
Yes,
far,
and-
far, far away, Buff Lovin wakes up and goes, huh?
Yeah.
Jamich?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, somewhere
sorry,
Jamich wakes up in a cold sweat. He gets the same dream. He's like,
Yasin would be
Zero.
very confused because she doesn't usually dream, and
Yeah,
she usually
it
gets visions from a
was-
goddess.
You all clearly recognize this as not some common dream, but as a vision specifically sent to you by Basidia, your old ally from Neverlight Grove, who's taking care of
Yeah, our little friend.
yeah, your little friends.
Little
What the
mushroom friend.
What the fuck is his name?
I was actually just thinking. I know.
Rumpadump and
Oh.
Stool.
Stool.
Yeah. Rub it up and stool. All right, everybody. We will reconvene tomorrow. You will be leaving Mantol Derith.
Tomorrow.
Or not tomorrow, next.
We're
I
playing
wish.
tomorrow, guys.
All right.
I'm down.
I mean, I'd be all for it. but,
I'm actually free. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you did an amazing job. Let's do golden buzzers. Kothar.
I'm gonna give mine to Nero because I'm sorry the oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna stop talking was really funny. That made me giggle.
Nicole.
Cora for the attempt at trying resurrection because Cora doesn't understand.
Oh,
Lucius.
You're muted.
you're muted.
Oh.
I give mine to Cora for a different reason. Her strategy in the Durgar trading.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
very
Nero.
clutch. Honorable mention to Nicole, or actually just Karetsu for messaging me afterwards, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry if I like threw you off." After he said like, "I'm just gonna stop talking," he's like, "I'm so sorry," and I was like, "Actually, it was great. It was beautiful. Like, don't worry about it." No, I love that. I love that improv scene. That was great. I'm going to give mine, officially though, to Poof for his staying behind with the Dwagar and being like, "Oh, I'm just gonna pick this feather up." And
Cora.
I'm also gonna give mine to Poof. I thought the shooting the arrow down for shooting Yantha down and having Lumi catch her was very clever. And then honorable mention to Kothar, JTC. I thought that scene was really sweet with him and Cora and just clearing things.
Hashtag cleric things.
That was really sweet.
Yeah.
Midge gets to see her kids again. Yaslin.
I'll mention to Kofa for the resurrection, but it's going to Cora for the attempted resurrection as well.
Cora. I think that means you get a golden buzzer. I
Did
will.
Karetsu go?
Oh, yeah, I did. Nicole gave
did.
it to Cora.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks.
I would like to give mine again to Cora.
I'm going to let the inspirations from today carry on to next session since there wasn't any combat to use them in. I just don't want them to go to waste. So let me...
can you remind us who has them?
They're in a pool, so they are to be used as needed. So any of you can claim them.
Very cool.
Would you
How
like
many?
for me just to mark it in Treasury?
You can do that. We have 10 inspirations for you, and then I have it written down here.
Wow.
Big.
Thanks. Say thank you to Lucius for giving those all to y'all. And then I
Very
have
cool.
the DM has too, so don't get too comfortable.
Oh, okay.
And then I have Skylight gave me one for today. And then I'll have the golden buzzer. So I have written down 2 for myself.
Perfect. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you, Tom. All right, guys, I'm going to cut you loose. We'll see you next week. I know we haven't had a lot of combat lately, but this has been more of like a... I thought it was fun, though. Like, your little...
I love the exposition.
Your little sneaky session. Like, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. You guys are doing great. I will see you next week. Have a great night. I love you all. Mwah. Goodbye.